Rafiq Lutf, a Syrian journalist and a member of the Arab Journalists Union in the US, has said CNN, Al Jazeera and other Western and Arab satellite news channels are fabricating and falsifying events with the help of saboteurs to accuse the Syrian army of violating and terrorizing civilians. Rafiq Lutf, the head of Al-Kawthar office in Damascus, was able to track the live streaming of a camera in Homs. At the beginning, he felt suspicious about live streaming on the same area for more than 7 hours. He was trying to understand the purpose of this streaming. After 12 hours, a plume of smoke rose from the area where the camera was directed to. CNN and Al Jazeera crew was the first to arrive there. When CNN correspondent Arwa Dayman went on live to talk about the explosion of a pipeline in Homs, CNN broadcasted the same images that were taken from the fixed camera that was streaming before the explosion happened, which leads to the conclusion that the CNN crew knew about the explosion before it even happened.
I was able to figure out the live streaming for a camera which showed that the CNN is involved in the explosions on the oil pipelines in Homs. At first, I did not know who's filming it, but later on, I discovered that the fixed camera is for the CNN, and Al Jazeera was also involved in this matter, as they filmed the area before it happens.
CNN is not the only news satellite channel that is fabricating crimes to make believe that the Syrian government is shelling Homs. Al Jazeera, with the help of some correspondents in Homs, is faking gunshots during their live calls with those reporters to make believe that the Syrian army is shelling the area. Al Jazeera is said to be using Syrian activists as reporters who faked events and massacres and filmed them, as it became known that they sent cameras and the broadcasting equipment from the Lebanese borders.
I was following up the filming of the massacres through the live streaming. The same way I found out the pipeline issue, I found out videos that Al Jazeera showed, but not complete. Those videos were for a massacre, where people were immediately killed, as we saw in the video that the blood was still coming out of the body when they filmed it.
Mr. Lutf was also able to get the live streaming for the killing that was claimed by these news networks to have been carried out by the Syrian army. He also showed the videos showing that the killing happened at the same time when armed men were moving the bodies to bury them. These videos were not broadcasted by these news channels.
After the scandals of these media networks were revealed, those networks lost many of their viewers who used to believe everything they said, as some employees were fired from those channels.
CNN and Al Jazeera claimed that the Syrian government prevented them from entering Syria. Therefore, they relied on activists to deliver the information. However, the CNN crew were moving freely between Homs and the Turkish-Syrian borders and Damascus countryside, which shows that they were allowed to work inside Syria. More evidence is being revealed every day showcasing atrocities done by the armed groups against civilians. Experts say the armed gangs are trying to mislead the public opinion through the fabrications of massacres and crimes as an attempt to accuse the Syrian government of being brutal. Rahshan Saglam, Press TV, Damascus.